I the asshole for saying that I find public engagement proposals tacky after my boyfriend's sister's fiance proposed to her in public?
But how public is the question?
My boyfriend's sister got engaged a few weeks ago. Her fiance proposed to her by driving up to her apartment at 6:30 a.m. with the words, "Will you marry me?" pasted on his car and serenading her with his guitar plugged into an amplifier so almost the whole complex could hear him sing and pop the question. I wasn't there, but I saw the video on social media and congratulated them. My boyfriend... Do you want me to pause so you can say something?
No, I'm listening.
My boyfriend and I talked via instant messaging that night, and I told him that if he ever proposes to me, please do not do it in public. He asked why, and I said that I personally find public proposals tacky, and I would prefer to have some privacy so there's no social pressure. He agreed and said that he'll keep that in mind. Note that this was a private conversation we had via a messaging app. Now, I'm not sure what happened, but my boyfriend's sister ended up reading our conversation one way or another, and now she's angry because she said I said mean things about her proposal behind her back. I told her that I have nothing against how her fiance proposed to her, and I have never even talked about her proposal. I just told her brother that I don't like public proposals in general, so he'll know better than to go the public route in case he ever would propose to me. Also, it's not like I told a bunch of people that her engagement is tacky. I only told my boyfriend not to propose to me publicly in our private conversation because he was the only person who was going to be involved in our engagement if there was going to be any. Am I the asshole?
That's so sad, though. You're not the asshole.
Yeah.
Yikes. I think there's a difference between a public proposal and a proposal that's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, there's something for everyone. There is something for everyone. I personally would rather get proposed to in the bathroom before I take my daughter to daycare than for someone to write it on their car and play the guitar for me outside of an apartment building.
I think that, though, that's a good thing. Like, it's so hard when there's so many variations of things and they can all be great. And that's why we have preferences in life.
Yeah.
And if everyone wanted the same thing, that would be so boring. And I feel like that's where it gets hard when you're talking about like preferences, especially if your close friends or family or whatever have different preferences to you. Because even engagement rings, like I could look at someone's ring and be like, oh my God, that thing is gorgeous. And I could still not want that for myself.
Right.
Because there's so many different rings that are all beautiful. I just would want this one for myself and you want that one for yourself. And that's great. Mm-hmm. And so then if I were to be like, oh, like her ring is gorgeous, but I want this style.
People
then it's
are
like,
gonna
oh,
be like,
well,
you don't
okay,
like the
bitch,
ring.
like you don't think her ring is pretty? And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I think it's absolutely stunning, but I still want this one.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fine. And she probably thinks the same about mine.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like saying it out loud, which you do have to do sometimes, it could be seen as like talking shit. And that's kind of something that Trisha and I think we did a little disclaimer on the last episode where it's like, I'm not trying to talk shit about other people's proposals. I just have like a certain preference.
Okay, let me rephrase. Do I want to get engaged in my bathroom with a quick little, here's your ring? No. Would I rather that over? I would die if someone plugged their guitar into an amp and sang outside of my apartment building. However, I'm not like, oh, public proposal because I wouldn't be mad if I got engaged in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Type of thing in Paris. So it's like, I can see where she's coming from, where she, the sister is thinking like, oh my God, like she's shitting on my proposal. Like, I get it. Especially if it happened right after her proposal. Like, it's like, clearly my proposal is what triggered you guys to talk about this.
Yeah, that's, I think, the thing.
So I understand where she's coming from, but also like, who are you to be offended that someone else doesn't like how your proposal went down?
Yeah.
Like, I want to be flown around the world and given a car and a puppy, but OP wanted her mans to write it on his car and sing his guitar outside of her apartment building.
Yeah.
That's for you. Mine's for me. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is. Like, don't be mad that someone doesn't like how things are done to your liking.
Yeah, but it is hard because I kind of feel like she could have done like a little bit of a better job explaining it to the sister-in-law because
absolutely.
What she said to the sister-in-law is, I told her I have nothing against how her fiance proposed to her, and I never even talked about her proposal. I just told my boyfriend that I don't like public proposals. It's like, okay, you could have said that in such a different way.
Yeah.
I have nothing against your proposal.
It's not you, it's me.
That's a little bit weird. I mean, I could see how the girl would be like, what do you mean you have nothing against it? Why would you have anything against something that has absolutely nothing to do with you? That's like me saying to like the people who got engaged in a garden, I have nothing against that proposal. It's like, well, yeah, why would you ever? That proposal was beautiful in every single way. Maybe it's not your preference, but like, what do you mean? Like, me and Rebecca just talked about this. I don't know the order of the episodes yet, but basically, I said this on another episode, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. When you state the obvious without then giving some sort of like positive, you're insulting them. So if you're just like, I have nothing against your proposal, I have nothing against your outfit, it's like, okay, like, why would you say that then?
Yeah.
She's like, I just said I don't want that for myself. And it's like, you could have been way more supportive, be like, no, I know that you love music and you love like gestures like that. And I was so happy for you. Like, I was just randomly talking to my boyfriend about it. And I was like, oh, I'd prefer this. But like, no, I know that it seems weird, but like, I'm so sorry if it came off that way. Like, I'm so happy for you. And I know that's what you wanted. And like, I'm so happy to continue supporting you through your like engagement and whatever. Yeah. It's like, you could have been like overly like, oh shit, I did not mean to offend you. Like, I'm not talking about you. And then she's like, I never talked about your engagement. It's like, we all know her engagement triggered this conversation. For sure. And like, you know that the engaged person, like we know that the engaged person knows that. So I just think if this was my life, I would be a little bit more like, oh my God, wait, I can totally see how that came off, but holy shit, that's not what I meant. And I'm so sorry about it. And I can see how you're upset, but like, I really didn't mean that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
like,
just be transparent.
Not just, I have nothing against your proposal. It's like, I guess we don't know how she said it. Yeah. She could have been saying it this way. But no, I don't think you're an asshole. I do think it's just kind of bad timing, and it just sucks that she saw it.
Yeah.
It really does just suck that she saw it. Because you are allowed to tell your boyfriend anything you want to tell him in the privacy of a conversation. And it just sucks. Like, that literally just sucks.
You guys need better locks on your phones.
I know.
Too many things come to light on these stories on Reddit.
You guys got to be way more covert when you're talking shit.
Yeah, come on. If you're going to talk shit, do it on a podcast, okay?